The reason we preserve the let me say authenticity, purity of a particular environment or an ecosystem is because in actual sense we're not really helping the plants, the animals, or the water. The final we are the ones who are actually finally benefiting. And so there are 4 categories of ecosystem services. There's a provision services, regulating services. Sorry, I have my notes. Provision services, regulating services, cultural services, and supporting services. So provision services are the ones that we generally know and see and interact with, like consciously interact with every day. And so this is clean food, clean water, good food, fruits, energy in terms of maybe firewood, fuel, whatever. Medicines, anything that is plant-based, food from animals, milk, all those things. We all agree, I hope, we all agree that without healthy water systems, so streams, lakes, and rivers, without healthy soil for plants to grow in, without healthy, just healthy those air, water, and soil, then we also can't have healthy animals. We can't have healthy fruit trees. We can't have healthy plants for our skuma and something like, and all those other things. So those are the benefits that we get from. Those are the benefits that can be classified as provisioning services. So here you had food and fiber, wood, clean water, and anything medicinal. So the other category is called regulating services, and these are the services that the earth, or at least healthy ecosystems, are able to do and carry out to ensure that the earth is at a balance. So we talk about carbon sequestration, the ability of trees to capture carbon dioxide and bring out oxygen for us to be able to use, how oceans can be able to do temperature regulations, flood control, especially in areas that are prone to flooding. You have particular type of trees like bamboos that can be able to have that flood control effect. Pollination of crops. So if you have the bees and the plant, and first of all, diversity of species, like plant species, and then ensuring that also bees are existing or different animals are existing, those smaller animals are existing that allow for pollination, that allows for growth and a sort of balance, means that the whole ecosystem, then there is production and there is balance. The third one is cultural. Cultural is more of a I like giving this example of, it's more of like a fulfillment type of benefit that we get. And I think in most societies we really underestimate how valuable that form of fulfillment, serenity, knowledge, how big that type of impact is. And so here we see things like inspiration. Maybe when you want to relax, what are the places that you go to? Many people don't go to the middle of the town if they are stressed and they want to relax. They look for like a quiet, ambient place. These are also places that we can get like cultural and historical sites, like where the first man was, those type of preservation. Spaces for recreation, so forest settings, when you want to go for hiking, when you want to go to the beach. All these are, if you really agree or accept to, no one is opposing, but all these are places that are natural environments, and I am using natural again, natural environments that non-man-made environments or non-man-made man-made scenarios that really allow for some form of inner soul healing. And even for aesthetic purposes, if you're in a country like Kenya, imagine Mombasa. Imagine why you want to go to Mombasa. Like if there's a holiday coming up, you're like, oh, let's go to Naivasha, or let's go to Mombasa, or let's go to Laikipia, or let's go for a drive. Actually, even just let's go for a drive. So that drive, usually what you're experiencing during that drive is some form of calmness, peace, and appreciation for nature, and that's what we call a cultural service. And so this is usually harder to sort of assign a unified value to, but we can all agree that it's maybe the one that we usually pay the most for. The other type of service is called supporting service, and this is anything that sort of now forms the backbone for to be able to have all these other services that we've talked about. And so this include things like soil formation, especially microorganisms that allow for appropriate soil structure, biodiversity to continue existing, so species and gene diversity, photosynthesis. This really very much supports the provision services and also the regulating services, and then habitat preservation. So those are the four main categories and some of the examples of aspects of ecosystem services that we have.